What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you all doing, boys and girls? How are my fellow tankers doing today? Hope everybody is cool. Hope everybody is stoked like I am, because I get to play this wonderful, beautiful game that is World of Tanks, my beloved game. The only friggin' game that I play. It's not the only game that I play. It's just I don't know. I spend too much time playing this game, and therefore I don't have very little time to play other games. I think that's kind of the truth of the matter. It's not that my time is exclusively devoted to this game. It's just my time is limited because of work, because of kids, because of this, and so I'm like, yeah, if we're gonna play anything, I'm gonna play World of Tanks. And yeah, I love it. It's a wonderful game. It's not the best game out there, absolutely not. But for me to jump in and out of a game, I play this game. It is what it is. What can I say? So, anyhow, welcome to my garage update. What is it? The end of January, beginning of February. Brand new year, 2016. This is the year I hope I'm going to be unlocking all my tier 10s. I hope. We shall see, We'll see. Who knows, what the future holds. Because at the same time, some of you would think, oh, you must be excited. Me personally, I don't know, I'm kind of 50-50. I'm on the fence because I do enjoy grinding, I do enjoy grinding. And there was a while back I was saying, well, what happens when I get all my tier 10s and I no longer grind? What's going to be the point of playing the game? Yeah, I'll get to just play in my most favorite tanks, like the Chaffee, the E25, and repeatedly. But I do enjoy grinding, I do enjoy, and I think it's because you have a goal, you're aiming for something, the next tank in the next tier, and it's like you're pressing on, and times get tough, and sometimes you get fantastic games, and it's like, oh, that'll get me so much closer to the next tank in the next tier. But, Wargaming are introducing things like marks of excellence. So that's kind of cool because I discovered that. I don't necessarily play the tanks to get the marks of excellence. It kind of reminds me of grinding. You're getting to grind the tank all over again. And because you're trying to get the best out of that tank. The very best out of that tank to get the next ring, etc, etc. I keep in mind I haven't achieved any third marks of excellence. There's a few twos, 2 marks of excellence, and the first mark is it's definitely easy to get when you are grinding. It's not that difficult, and but so Wargaming are introducing all these new features to keep the old dogs like me still interested, and some tanks. The mastery badges are pretty tough to get, the golden mastery badges, so you can, I can aim for that, for instance, and they're always introducing new tank lines, so there'll always be something interesting, etc, etc, so we'll see, but very interesting, this garage update, because things have kind of sort of changed. You'll see. But anyhow, let's get into it like I normally do. Tier 1. I got a bunch of these tier 1s because I had to re-download the game. I was trying to log in, and I just couldn't log in all day long. I was trying and failing basically, and I ended up deleting the game and reinstalling it all over again. And while it was doing so, I played in the tier 1s. This is interesting. Every single time I did the garage update, I'd say, this piece of junk. I never play in it. I play in this tank all the time now, As you can see, I got a tier 2 light. Panzer 2D hasn't gone anywhere, even though I don't really, I will be, but yeah, it's not that great. H35 I got specifically for the purpose of nailing kiddies in the Panzer 2D when it did come out. But I've been repurchasing a lot of old tanks. You know, tanks like the. Look at my controller. You know, see how it moves all by itself. Yeah, there you go. This is. I'm not touching the controller. I'm not touching the controller here. Look at that. And these controllers, Xbox One controllers, they're not cheap. Piece of shit. You know. Yeah. And the other controller is the sticks are even worse. On, you know, I've got two controllers. But anyhow, I'm repurchasing. I've been repurchasing a bunch of old tanks. Tanks like the Leopard PTA. Trying to get my 3 marks of excellence on that tank. Not the Cromwell, the Comet. Trying to relearn the Comet, you know, and get the marks of excellence. And I have to say, it's very, very tough because you know, I find it very sluggish, that tank, and it kind of turns like a frigging tog. But anyhow, so I'm repurchasing these tanks, getting back into them, and I need new crews. So the way I'm getting new crews is I'm training them from scratch, basically, using these lower tier tanks, lower tier premium tanks. You know, like let's have a look. Come on. Like Americana, for instance, you can see. Look, I have a bunch of these the lower tier tanks give you the most, you know, crew XP. You know, when it comes to grinding out your 6 cents, you know, and things of this nature. And for this tank, what did I do? Yeah, for my T29, I wanted to get 6 cents, and I spent about, I'd say about 2 hours total game time in this tank, playing to acquire 6 cents on the T29. I grinded the crew out from scratch. I think the crew was at 100%. It was a leftover premium tank. And yeah, it just took about 2 hours. And the reason for that is, you know, it's a lower tier. And I think because they're lower tier, they get more crew XP. I'm not sure how it works. But the main thing is, you know, you play these games and they last literally 3, 4, 5 minutes. You know, and that's it. So you in an hour you're gonna crank out a ton more games than you would normally, you know, in a tier 8, you know, Jagdtiger 88. You can play games Jagdtiger 88 10-15 minutes. You know, that's 3 or 4 an hour. Whereas with this, you can crank out God knows how many games in an hour. So I have been playing a lot in these lower tier tanks. The T2 Lite, I purchased that. I love this thing. Of course, there's an element of seal clubbing, but what you're supposed to do, you know, bottom line, there's not a lot you can do about that, because I want my 6 cents for my T29. I want to get repair skills for my Comet, and this tank and that tank, etc, etc. So I need these things, and I'm gonna do it the most efficient way that I can, absolutely. And yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, so what I'll do basically, I mentioned this before, is IS3. Currently still grinding out the IS3. I'll take the IS3 crew and I'll put it through you know, all of these tanks and get the daily double, basically, you know. And it kind of gives it a significant boost in acquiring the next skill or perk, etc, etc. So it is what it is. What can I say? Micro Mouse, PAS2D, we already mentioned. Let's go up to, and we have the Transformer. Pretty neat tank. It does go up to, I think it's tier 5 or 6, something ridiculous. So when it's bottom tier, it just doesn't work. When it's top tier, it does work. I've been having a blast in my Sexton. I have to say, this tank is so much fun. I'm sorry, artillery. But you know, it is what it is. I did purchase a whole bunch of British premiums, you know, they need to release. You know, they need to flesh out the British premium tanks a bit more. You know, it's all junk in there. You know, basically. The Fucking Pack 40, I purchased this, and this is because I'm trying to acquire 6 cents on my ELC AMX, also my 1390. Basically, I'll talk about that later, and I'm starting at I'm going to be starting up the French Heavy soon, and also the French TD soon. So the BTSV. Yes, it's, you know, it is what it is. It's a very fast TOG, basically. BT7, got this tank just for shits and giggles. I've yet to I need to play it some more, but it's just super mega fast and tons of fun to play. SU-76I, I'm a bit of a tank collector, and I got this. It's nothing special, nothing fantastic to speak of. Tier 4, all we have is the Lucky Lux. That's it, a tier 4. That's very odd. You guys know what I think about my lovely Lucky Lux. Chaffee, Mr. Chaffee. As you can see, the crew is no longer in a Chaffee. I can't remember where it's gone to. I can't remember. But anyhow, decked out with permanent camo, waiting for the day when I roll out in this little beast. Ram 2, giving that free. This is a very decent tank. Very decent premium. Tier 5, absolutely. Matilda Black Prince. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's kind of, yeah, it is what it is. It's like I said, here we go, Excelsior as well. It is a pretty neat tank. Like a mini TOG. I say everything's a mini TOG. You know, I'm trying to, I really would like to repurchase the British heavies, the British mediums, you know, the, what is it, Centurion 7.1, Mark 7.1, and the Tier 9, and the Caravan as well. I really want to get these tanks back and just have them, play in them, and have fun in them, and possibly maybe, you know, try to achieve my marks of excellence in those tanks. So yeah, because I like the British, absolutely. And of course, you know, I need these tanks because the brand new British TD line, absolutely. T25, old school, Panzer 5.4. I want to love this tank. I mean, I do. I don't adore it, I guess, is the best way of. I have to say, you know, this is a fantastic tank. I love this tank. You know, I've been playing in it. I don't know what it is, but the speed of the thing, I don't know. It's just solid. It really is. It's just solid. It's a fantastic tank. You know, it's not a fantastic tank. It's just I love playing in it. It's a blast to play in. It's a hoot. You know, it really is. Look at the detail. It's beautiful. Stug 4. The premium Stug 4. Bit of a letdown. Yeah, bit of a letdown. Oh, here we go. AMX ELC. I have almost acquired my 6 cents on this tank, and when I do, God help me, I'm gonna be playing in this tank for weeks. I'm gonna be sniping, I'm gonna be drive-bying, I'm gonna be doing all of it. You know, once I acquire that 6 cents and camo, forget about it. Nobody's gonna see me in game because I'm just gonna be hiding in the bush. And yes, I've purchased. Oh my god! Oh, this is the tank from the toy thing at Christmas. Yeah, it is. I think so. Yeah. 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 It really is friggin' ridiculous looking. Yeah. So we have started the French heavy line. KV1. I think I might sell this. I'm not sure because I want to kind of focus my attention on the what is this? The KV1S. Oh no! I want a KV2. Where is it? A KV85. Yeah, I think I might get rid of KV-1S. I'm kind of ODing on Russian heavies and all that. KV-220, very nice tank. Big, massive monster battleship of a tank. Churchill 3, not enough love from me, but a beautiful machine, highly recommended. KV-1S, like I said, considering selling the thing, just got too many Soviets. Su-85I, good times in this tank. I got a Radley within like 2 games. Chinjukai, yeah, I'm eagerly anticipating the STA2, which is the Japanese Tier 8 Premium. I cannot wait for that because I love the STA1. Let's have a look at Tier 6. The beautiful Knight. Currently using this quite a lot for grinding. The beautiful Tog. Oh, always kind of gives me a fright. AMX Chaffee. I've been using this tank a lot, like I said. Grinding out my ELC AMX, and just started using this tank for grinding on the heavies, the French heavies. T-3488, the most beautiful tank in the world. I know if you don't have one, you're jealous right now. So very sorry. KV-85, really looking forward to getting back into this tank. Absolutely. Ditto with this tank as well, the KV-2, absolutely. Su-100, ridiculous tank. It's just like a not as tall version, a shorter version of the KV-2 kind of thing. You know, Type 64. I'm just petrified of playing in the Chinese tanks. Truth be told, I'm absolutely petrified. I'm scared to death of not having any gun depression. I'm just like, yeah. Do I have to? Do I have to play those tanks? T-71. It's been a long time. It's a very controversial tank because on the forums, I never mention the forums. There's a lot of arse wipes on the forums who give me a lot of shtick. And I did a video where I kind of I mentioned, you know what, if scout tanks, possibly maybe, you know, but their first 10-20 games, they didn't have any ammo, they would learn to be scout tanks. You know, it would get the best out of a player as far as scouting is concerned if you just didn't have any ammo. And yeah, that kind of didn't go down too well on the forums. Before you know it, they were, you know, spreading rumors that Cosmic Carry's making videos where he's running around in scout tanks without any ammo, which was not the case. T29. Oh, words cannot describe. I could spend weeks playing in this tank. You know, nothing but this tank. The Scorpion, you have my respect, sir. You are a fantastic, beautiful machine. You are misunderstood 100%, and those who do not own you think you're a piece of crap. Little do they know. They don't know nothing. T28 HDC. Whew. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at that gun. Look at that gun. The Comet. I'm trying to love this tank. I like it a lot, but it's just the gun is really decent, and it's a nice nimble little tank, good speed, really crappy acceleration, turns terribly. I mean, it is what it is, you know. And but 12 degrees of gun depression, I mean, you have so much fun with that. You just accomplish these amazing shots with that 12 degrees. It's unbelievable shots. E25. If you guys don't have this tank, just go and get it. you know, before it disappears forever, kind of thing. A44. This tank has surprised the heck out of me. I mean, it is a little behemoth. The armor just bounces like crazy. It truly does. And I can't wait to get back into playing this tank. I mean, it is fantastic. It really is. SU-12244. Very decent tank. Absolutely. SU-152. I've barely moved with the grind on this tank since my last update. You know, it's just been, the progress has been just agonizingly slow, and that's due to the fact, you know, I'm just working on different tanks, different projects, this and that, and this has been just put on the back burner for so long, and you know, I really need to focus some attention on this tank and give it some love. Absolutely. Mr. Super Pershing. Mr. Super Pershing. Decent. Show me about those rounds. Decent tank. Very decent. I see myself playing, I think I mentioned this before, a lot in this tank. Just not now, but I will be, you know. I will be, absolutely. The Roo. This is one of those tanks where you just not giving it enough love or attention, even though I know it's capable of being a fantastic, amazing machine. Indian Panzer. This was the first tank where I tried to achieve my third mark of excellence, and you can see I have 2 marks of excellence, and I just gave up at around 90%, and I wouldn't say I gave up. I just started asking myself, well, you know, why am I trying to achieve 3 marks of excellence on this tank? Because it's not that great, truth be told, and the reason why was because this was the first tank I ever, you know, I achieved my very first mark of excellence. So I got it on this tank, and it was when I was grinding the thing, and I thought, oh, let's continue onwards and upwards and try and do this thing. So I got my second, which was no hassle. It was really easy. And third, I think I got up to about 90%, and it was just 20 games of just hovering around 90%. And I just started to question, you know, what am I doing? I don't think this tank is, oh my god, fantastic. You know, it's really good, but it's not mind-blowingly OP or anything like that. So I took the crew and I moved it to the Leopard PTA, and I'm currently trying to get my third mark of excellence on that tank, and that tank has a fantastic gun, you know, one of the best guns in the game, basically. Panther 88, not enough love, but she knows I love her. Yeah, I love this tank, I do. Jagdtiger 88, very nice. It's been a long time. I think what I do is I get in a tank, and this is true with the Batchat and the E25 and the E100. I get in a tank, I love the tank, I fall in love with the tank, and I just play to death, and I just beat it to death. I beat it into the ground, and it's just I just overdo it. You know, I really do. I overdo it with some tanks. That's why I kind of banned the Death Star and I banned the E100 a while back from my channel, because that's all I was playing. J Panther 2 in the house. As you can see, I'm 67k into grinding this thing. AMX 1390. This tank I repurchased on the advice of Mr. Mobius Hawaii, who made a video declaring that, not declaring that, the new French medium line, when it arrives, it will run from tier 8, continuing on onwards from this tank. So nice bit of advice if if you want the tier 9 and the tier 10, you need to grind out your 1390, get enough XP, so when it's released you can get one nice and quick. The tier 9, whatever the heck it is. Apparently it's very similar to the German Leopard line. KV5, very nice tank, lots of fun, absolutely. IS6, likewise, very nice tank. IS3, grinding this tank slowly but surely. I am taking a while with this tank. Doesn't mean I'm not enjoying grinding this tank. It is a really decent machine. Especially that gun. It is a beautiful tank as well, as you can see. SDA-1. It's kind of tough to get back into this tank because there's only one Japanese premium tank, and it's not that great. And I don't feel like playing in it, and you can see what's the deal with my crew. So yeah, it is what it is. I think until the SDA 2 comes out, it's gonna be a while till I play in this thing. Even though I love this tank when I had to grind it out. You can see it's decked out with permanent camo, ready and waiting for me, kind of thing. Shame. Okay, tier 9. We have the M46 Patton. And truth be told, I don't know. I really want to get my E50 back. And getting the E50 back, I think this tank will be dropped popularity wise. I don't know. I really want to get my E50 back, my tier 9 E50. The Conqueror, but I'm not sure when this vid is coming out, and but I'm done and dusted with this tank 100%. I grinded it out 100%, and I loved playing in this thing. It is one of my most favorite tanks to play in. It truly is. Nothing but great memories playing in this tank, and yeah, I love this thing. I really do. And like I said, I bought some more British premiums because I want to grind out. You can see 6 cents is halfway there. I want to get back into this tank. I really do. When I moved up to the 215B, I was gutted. I kid you not. I really didn't want to do it, and I think I made a mistake. I think I made a mistake. I might take the 215B crew back and pop it back into the Conqueror and give the Conqueror crew to the 215B. I'm not sure, but I might just do that. Leopard PTA, 2 marks of excellence, as you can see. Fantastic tank, but suffers from crappy reload and crappy reload time, but the accuracy is there. It's same penetration as the tier 10, the Leopard 1. So it does suffer from a lot, this tank, but the gun, E75 never lets me down. T54, as you can see, I've got a nice new crew on this tank. This moved up to the 26A, I think. And the tier 10s, finally the tier 10s. M48 Patton. I like all the mediums, in each one in their own way, kind of thing. E5, neglected tank, but beautiful. T57. I have a policy of not selling tier 10s, but if I could sell a tier 10, this would be the first one to go. I know I don't know how to play. I do know how to play it. I just can't be bothered to play it properly. It's just, it's, I don't know. It's World of Tanks. I don't know. The way you have to play in this tank, it's just too sneaky and I don't know. Not enough honor, I guess. That's kind of overdoing it, but anyhow. E3, yeah. I can see why a lot of people play in this tank. It's yeah, it's very tough nut to crack kind of thing. FE4 202. What is it? The Centurion Action Mark 7, 10, whatever it is going to be replacing this tank, and this tank is going to become a tier 8 premium with a, you know, reduced gun and all that stuff. And the 215B, I get it, but does it mean, the question is, do I like it? Nah, I'm really on the fence with this tank. You know, I really am. It's got that fantastic, beautiful gun that you know, the Conqueror had, but this whole rear turret thing, it does not sit well with me, you know, at all, in any way, shape or form. It does not. It just rubs me up the wrong way. It really does when I'm out on the battlefield. And bottom line, you know, I just got to learn how to play it well. But the question is, you know, do I want to learn how to play it well? I don't know. You know, I really don't know. The Death Star, been a long time, my friend. Been a long time. E50M, have like a 45% win rate in this tank. It's absolutely abysmal. Leopard 1, beautiful machine, very quick, very nimble, and fantastic gun, absolutely. The E100, I just don't want to play in this tank and see this, you know, these pillows, these blankets. It always used to look like, it used to remind me of the Stealth Bomber, you know, the lines on this tank. You know, even though it's anything but stealthy, but yeah, it was like, oh, I don't know, it's very modern looking, even though it came from World War II to me. And this stuff on the back, it just kind of breaks up the lines. It really does, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And I literally haven't played it since they added these pillows, these cushions. And I said to myself, okay, I'm not gonna. They didn't do this with the mouse, so I don't get it. You know, why did they do it with the E100? And I'm not sure when this video is coming out. And the reason why I say this is because da 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 da. I love this tank. This tank is fantastic. I've had so many great games in this tank. It is in no way, shape or form a stupid tank. I thought it was going to be just a dopey Goliath, you know, release the Kraken. No. This is a smart tank, you know. You got 3k hit points, for Christ's sakes. You just do this. Whoop. Whoop. There you go. Nothing can pen you, you know. Okay, maybe in the cheeks. But yeah, you just do this and add to that 3,000 hit points. Yeah, you're gonna have a tough time. Yeah. What is it? T62A came at me solo. I was like, really? Okay, you'll shave off maybe 1k damage, but really, you're gonna be there for a while, buddy. You know, in the meantime, my artillery is gonna get you. You know, somebody eventually come to my aid, but just don't go anywhere without support in this tank, and you'll be golden, basically. Yeah, I love this tank. This tank is a blast, 100%. It is, yeah. I come from this school, you know. I come from the E100 school. So I know how to play the mouse. You know, I got in the mouse and I was like, click. I know how to play the mouse. anyhow, and the woofy, and the woofy, and the woofy. Woofy. Hope you guys enjoyed my little video. Maybe you tank better with that autoloader shoved up your butt. Where I was kind of trying to find a reason to play in this thing, because it's a favorite, you know, for a lot of tankers out there. Absolutely, a lot of tankers out there actually play the game for fun, and this, would you believe it? And this tank is most definitely that, 100% fun, you know. Batchat 25T, and it's been a while, my friend. It's been a long time. Been a long time. Good memories in this tank. Oh, here come the Soviets. Object 140. It's just tons of fun. 62A. Look at that beautiful machine. Very nice. And Mr. 263. Object 263. Beautiful machines. Absolutely. Beautiful machines. Achieved my one and only 10k damage game in this tank. But these two tanks, I love these two tanks. I love. So for some reason, I've yet to kind of notice the difference between the two. And even though, you know, I don't know, I haven't played in them enough to say I like this one more than that one. But you can see I'm playing in the Object 140 more so than the T62A. I couldn't specifically tell you why. I think it's the speed. I think the 140 is, yeah, there you go, 5 kilometers faster. But anyway, love these tanks. Absolutely adore them. STB1, that's it. That's my last tank. Look at that thing. Look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful. Beautiful, rugged and delicious looking and modern, and looks like it means business. All of the above. Absolutely. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys got any questions, comments, suggestions, this, that, all of that good stuff, let me know in the comments down below. I always aim to answer as many comments as I possibly can. Take it easy, guys. Adios, muchachos. I'll see you on the battlefield.